but hopefully more will follow in their footsteps. Let's begin. Well, apparently millions of frustrated bank customers had reason to cheer yesterday after Nationwide Building Society promised to keep its remaining high street branches open until 2026. The trend-buckling pledge, which sent shockwaves through the industry, will delight those who rely on face-to-face banking and breathe some new life into the ailing high streets. It also makes a victory for the Daily Express Save Our High Street Banks campaign as branches disappear and shops close in the march towards digital-only services. Nationwide, Building's biggest building society, says that in-person banking remained hugely popular. Its commitment will embarrass big-name rivals that argue the opposite. And Nationwide CEO Debbie Crosby said, "Nationwide is different. We give customers a choice about how they do their banking, and we support the British High Street. Because our customers value face-to-face contact, and we're owned by them, we act in their interests." A survey, though, of 2,000 people by the Mutual showed 2/3 of customers valued their local bank branch. Apparently, the main reasons for visiting were withdrawing cash, checking balances, and opening an account. Not forgetting, of course, getting financial advice. A third wanted face-to-face contact amid the greatest cost of living crisis in a generation, but felt cast adrift by the swathe of closures. Older people's champion and Tory peer Ross Altman, who is 67, said that the brutal branch cull was the latest lamentable example of firms riding roughshod over the interests and needs of loyal, long-standing customers. And apparently just 5,154 high street banks are now left in the UK, which is down from 9,807 in 2015. And whilst I'm no maths genius, even I can work out that's just over half. Although recently I have completed my 3 times table, so I'm getting there. Either way though, I think that's just absolutely disgraceful. There are lots of people out there who do rely on high street branches, so hopefully more people will follow Nationwide in keeping them open, even if it is just for a few more years until 2026, when I guess they're probably going to start closing a few more here and there. This could actually also be quite good business sense, because if you have a bank branch which is promising to stay open, then surely people who are worried about any such closures will become your customers or move to your bank rather than sticking with their bank, who may close their local branch in about a year or so's time, or maybe, who knows, even sooner than that. I mean, we often hear that certain banks are owned by whole banking groups, such as Lloyds and Halifax and the Royal Bank of Scotland. So whilst they might not be able to keep all their branches open in a certain area, you'd like to think there'd be some sort of way that any banks owned by such a group could actually use one of their sister banks to access their account details. Either way though, there are a lot of people out there who are not technologically minded and do face problems when it comes to banking apps and things like that. So the longer bank branches stay open, the better, even though, yes, admittedly, it doesn't really make good business sense for them to keep the branches open if no one's using them. But something needs to be put in place for those people who do have problems. And it's not just the elderly. I know quite a lot of elderly people out there do have problems with technology, but a lot are actually okay. And there have been a few younger people who also have problems. So wouldn't it be a good idea if all banks could just get together and have one branch which would serve all of them? And that way they'd pay a smaller fee or business rates or whatever, because it would be shared, and also there'd be some place for all their customers to bank, no matter which bank you're with. But who knows, we'll just have to wait and see, won't we? Anyway, hopefully I'll be back soon, so make sure you click that subscribe button down there so you don't miss my next video. I'll see you in the next one.